Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
I'm Hippie.
I'm Chicky.
Is that right?
I think it's Silly.
Okay. I'm Chicky.
And I'm Hippie.
Okay. We're coming live to you from outside Dallas, Texas. And we are ready to talk about being over 70 years old. And that's what our topic is today. What can we do, or can't do, I should say, over 70 anymore? So I say, and we'll talk a little bit about this. I got a new fan. Vicky gave us a fan.
You're lovely.
Okay, so Vicky gave us the fan, and then the first one on the list is I don't think, and you can either agree or disagree.
Okay.
I say no more bikini waxes.
I've never had one. So that would be easy to say no more to.
Well, that'd be a big fat no for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to get one so you can say no to it.
How about no more bikini? I have done that.
Well, that's our second one.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so all right. So how many people do you know over 70 that still wear a bikini? How many?
No.
Zero.
Zip.
Zip. Okay, so I wear one piece. I love to wear a bikini, but my stomach says no. Screams and says no. So anyway, so I think when you were young, you wore a bikini, didn't you? Or just a two-piece?
Well, two-piece.
Two-piece. Yeah, I mean they were really popular. Two pieces were, I mean they weren't bikinis, but everybody wore a two-piece when we were young, and those were really cute.
Yeah, there were lots of cute.
Yeah. So that's something that probably a lot of people over 70 would say no to. Honestly, I have seen a couple of people online that were in their 70s that bikinis on. It's a little frightening. Okay, it's a little scary.
Courageous.
And it's very, yeah, they're like, I'm going to show you all of this over 70, even if you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So the next one on the list is no thongs. Did you ever wear a thong?
No.
Okay.
I'm just a nerd.
Okay, so you're going to say no to all of this.
I'll think of some of my own.
You're the nerd one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there a particular reason why you never did that? Did you feel like they were gross? Or did you feel like that,
yeah, I'd rather not go into it, but yes.
Okay. All right, I'll go into it. The reason that I wore thongs is because I didn't like panty lines.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the only reason.
Yeah.
Because they're really pretty nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my daughter wore a thong, and that's why I decided to try one. And it's just, it's good when you can't see the panty lines. But you know what I decided to do? Just not wear any panties.
So you went commando.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. That's what I call a grandson of mine who doesn't wear underwear.
Your grandson doesn't wear underwear?
A 10-year-old.
Really?
Well, sometimes, but he just sometimes runs out of the house without them.
Wow.
And Bruce always teases him, "Are you commando today?"
That could be a whole new topic right there.
Oh, gosh.
We need to interview him.
That's probably a good idea.
We could say, why are you going commando? Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd be very embarrassed.
Yeah, he would. He probably would. Yeah. Okay, so what's next on our list here? Okay, so we're not going to wear thongs. We're not going to wear bikinis. We're not going to wear or have a bikini wax, which I've never really had a bikini wax. I might have had one, and it hurt so bad because they put that honey on there, and then they put a little thing on it, and then they rip it off.
Oh, good Lord.
You know that hurts.
Yeah.
Ow. Why are we doing that? Can't we just shave it down there? I mean, come on.
Yes.
Geez.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is I personally cannot ride a roller coaster.
I can't.
I mean, I have not ridden a roller coaster since the Giant in Six Flags.
Yeah.
It hurt my neck so bad. And I was pretty young back then, probably 40s. I mean, so roller coasters are out.
Are you talking about the one that goes around?
The Giant.
Is that the Giant?
It used to be the Giant. I don't know what they have now, but
Yeah.
it used to be called the Giant.
And it flipped around.
Yeah.
That's the one I went on that hurt my neck.
Yeah, and it's really jerky.
Oh,
Yeah, it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. So I say no roller coaster riding for people over 70.
yes. I totally agree.
Okay. All right. So let's see what else is on our handy list. So we've got okay, having kids. Do you want to have kids?
Over 70?
Yeah.
I think it's impossible.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think there's been some people that have had kids that are in their 70s or in the 60s. I think there is some countries that people have no children. Would you want to have a child and start all over? Okay.
Besides the playpens been taken.
Your playpen?
The crib.
Your crib has been gone a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, been gone a while.
About
So
8 years.
it would have to be an immaculate conception.
Oh, that playpen.
And I think God's not into it. God's like, I have other things to do. Move on.
I didn't know that was called a playpen. I thought you were talking about a real baby playpen.
Yeah.
I think my playpen is gone too.
And your crib.
My crib. Yeah, or my oven.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Oven.
Yeah. There's nobody's gonna bake there
No.
anymore.
Uh-uh.
No. I'm not doing any of that.
Kitchen is closed.
Kitchen is closed
Uh-oh.
forever. It's like School's Out Forever by Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
School's out forever.
Yeah.
So playpen is gone. Then we've got on the next list is I don't care really what people say. I'm kind of over that. I mean, I'm not insensitive. I mean, I can't say, oh my God, I can just, you can just say whatever you want and I'm just going to be like this. But I don't care as much as I used to.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a big one.
That's a big one because when you get a little older, your circle of friends kind of diminish.
Sure does.
And then, I mean, you don't, if somebody says something about you, you're like, is that really true? Is it really a valid? Is that something that's coming from maybe another emotion from them? Or is it really true that, like, somebody called me whore? Okay, is that a real true fact?
No.
Because I know that I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so if you're calling me a name like that, that's not even that's falsifying something
Yeah.
that is absolutely not true. So how do you deal with it when somebody talks bad about you?
I slap them.
You slap them.
Slap them
Well,
down.
good.
Yeah.
Wow. Shoot.
No, because the circle of friends has narrowed, there aren't very many people that I even hang out with.
Yeah.
In my age range. And
Right.
if it's somebody in my family, I always think, well, we've all been through that before,
Right. So your family
Our
has a lot
skin
to
is
do with
thicker.
it, because
Yeah.
you've been through a lot. But, if you think about it, there's probably things that you do differently today than you did before. When you say,
Definitely.
like, you don't let everything just go to a
Exactly.
sensitive spot and like the sky is falling.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not as much gossip going on. Like young women, they gossip and backstab a lot.
Yeah.
We're definitely past that.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I think there's some people I've seen that do a lot of gossiping. But,
Well, it still happens. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, it's okay to say things about people, but when you get really malicious and then you're just saying these things over and over again, then that doesn't really reflect well on you by saying all that. You know, as we get older, we want to be able to withstand some of that pain because we've had life experiences with children. We've gone through stuff with children,
We have thick skin.
grandchildren. Yeah.
But that's one thing I don't like about the internet with this generation is that there's a lot of backfighting and backstabbing and ugly talk on the internet, and they're growing up with that. All the generations.
But that's never changed.
Yeah, but
Think
there's
about it.
more of it.
Well, we just see it
right
right
in
because
your
it's
face.
social. Because
Yeah.
you see it.
Right.
But when you and I were young, we didn't have that. So,
Right.
but we knew.
I think it's different. It's worse.
Yeah.
Because
Because
more in your face.
yeah, it's going in your face because you see it.
Yeah.
You know, unless you have a circle of friends and they're saying something about somebody. Otherwise, you just see it right there on social media.
Mhm.
You know how people feel and everything. It's okay to express your feelings, but don't get malicious like calling somebody a whore,
Yeah.
you know, or really saying things that are just false and doesn't have anything to do with what's going on in front of you.
Mhm.
Now, if you were a person who stole and you went into department stores and you stole all the time, I think I could call you easily a thief.
Definitely.
You think that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would fit. I wouldn't like it though.
Right, it would fit. But if I called you maybe a hoarder,
A hoarder. Yeah, I'm not a hoarder.
yeah, like I have to hoard everything in my house, I can't get through it. That would be a lie because
Yeah.
that's not what you are. But people say things that are not true to hurt you.
Yeah. True.
Yes.
That's right.
So I don't like that. But you know, I think as you get older, you get over some of that,
Yeah.
grow up a little bit.
It means less to you.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then, all right, here's one that I don't like, and I don't know if you're like this, you probably are. I don't like people talking at me, you know, like they're always talking. I mean, I talk a lot, but I mean, I've had people to just talk and talk and talk and talk, and then I can never get to say anything. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
have you ever been around men that do that?
No, mostly women.
Mostly women?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably me.
Oh,
But,
no.
oh, she hurt my feelings.
No. Remember, you have a thick skin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, thank you.
No, yeah, it happens sometimes. It does, and I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah. I've sat at places like Fresh, where you just sit that little bar inside, and I've sat next to people that actually, these men just talk and talk and talk. And I'm like, oh my God, what are we talking about?
And they don't know.
No, and they don't know me, and then they just keep talking like
Mhm.
it's just not good. So anyway, that's kind of what I have down right now. Is there anything that you can think of that?
I would say no more concerts.
No more rock concerts, right?
Yeah, rock concerts. Yeah, because I just think we're past the time that we should try to enjoy something like that, and we can't really enjoy it anymore.
Right. So you're like, you don't want to sit out in a concert, maybe smoke a pot, you know, maybe take a little acid or something like that.
No,
You sure that's not something on your wish list?
it's not. But you know, they're so loud and they're so
Yeah.
crowded.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Now I tell you, there's a place in Richardson that has the cotton. No, it's called the Wild Fest,
Yeah.
Wildflower Fest.
I've seen that.
And
I've
Jim
been
and I went there, and
Uh-huh.
it was really cool because you sit
Wow.
outside
Yeah,
in a lawn chair away from the stage,
yeah.
and you can enjoy the band, still talk, and then they have all these little, vendors all around. And back then, when Jim and I went, of course, probably in the 40s at the time, it was like $5 to get in that place, and it was fantastic. It was fun. I saw Joan Jett there. I saw Loverboy. I saw a tribute band to Led Zeppelin, and I mean, we were in home heaven. We just loved it, And so, anything else that we need to not do over 70?
Overeat.
Overeat.
Can't
Okay.
eat big meals anymore, even though I still want to.
Okay. So when you say that, how do you keep from doing that? Because before, did you think about it and think, oh, I overate? After you overate, then you say it, right?
Sometimes I did, and sometimes I still do.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how do I stop it? I just try to remind myself, you're getting full, stop eating.
Yes.
Because you know how it makes you feel. It makes you feel lousy.
Right. Right. And I can attest to that because I portion out a lot of my food where I don't eat a lot. And sometimes I am hungry, and I'll go in and get some watermelon or something that'll be good for me.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing that I do today that I didn't do before, and that is eat better.
Yeah.
I eat much better today than I used to. I mean, Jim and I would go out and we would have hors d'oeuvres, appetizers. Then we'd go to another restaurant and we'd have our entree. Then we would go to another restaurant and have dessert with coffee.
Oh.
And I gained a bunch of pounds.
Yeah, it'll do that.
I was up to a size 9.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's
size 9.
giant for you.
It is because I wore 3
Oh,
at that time. That's the only time I've ever been overweight.
Yeah.
Is when we did that, and it was so much fun. We had so much fun going out to eat and just tasting everything. The desserts were so good, and we just didn't think about it. And our triglycerides were like through the roof, and we were getting all these alerts from the doctor. So those are the things. Is there anything else that you can think of? Because
That's about it.
There's a lot of stuff that
Oh, yeah.
I can't do today that I used to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you really don't have a lot of interest in some of the stuff.
Yes.
So
That's
that's
true.
good.
That's true. You lose interest in certain things. But anyway, I guess that's going to wrap it up for us. We're just talking about things we can't do or won't do over 70.
Or don't want to do anymore.
And we just want to discuss it all because we can.
Yeah.
Because we're over 70 and we can.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
All right. We will let you go and we will talk to you again.
Sayonara.
Bye.
That was good.